Former President Goodluck Jonathan says Liberia is becoming a model of democracy in Africa and beyond, having attained political stability. Jonathan told newsmen in the capital, Monrovia, during Tuesday's presidential runoff election, that democracy had been institutionalized in Liberia. He spoke in his capacity as co-leader of the United States National Democratic Institute, (ND), International Elections Observation Mission to Liberia for the runoff polls. Looking at the political history of Liberia, the country has passed through challenges. They conducted elections and the president stayed for the complete 2 terms, and this president is about handing over to another elected president. That shows that Liberia is now politically stable to be a good example of democracy. Democracy is being institutionalized in Liberia. It will help the country because it shows that the country is stable and it will attract foreign direct investors. And for Africa, especially in the West African sub-region, it is a great achievement. The former Nigerian president said the Liberian situation would greatly inspire other African countries on the need to maintain stability. He added that the election would encourage African leaders to imbibe constitutional means in addressing political challenges. When I was in office, we tried to make sure that we stabilized democracy across the ECOWAS states because, of, the issue of all kinds of unconstitutional government. We see that it is over in ECOWAS and Africa. The Liberian situation will help us so much because it is another clear case of a country that has moved from some illegitimate government and crisis to an established and stable democracy. This transition is critical because if we succeed, if Liberia succeeds, West Africa has succeeded, Africa has succeeded. Jonathan noted that a successful completion of the electoral process was of interest to Africa and the international community. Liberian voters have chosen a successor to outgoing President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, whose 12-year tenure ends in January. Results of the delayed runoff election, due to be announced in 3 days, would determine the winner between ex-football superstar, Sen. George Weah and Vice President Joseph Boakai.